Well, good Tuesday morning to you. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. All right, folks, as you guys know, last week, I believe it was on Monday, I finally endorsed a fuel card. I think it's your one-stop shop for everything. So I thought it'd be fun that after a week, I realized today's Tuesday, I'm actually filming this on Monday, that it might be fun to look at the numbers, see how much I saved, answer some other questions you guys have, like how much do I spend a week on fuel, you know, things like that. So I'm going to try to cover that in this video. A lot of you have even asked, you know, how do I make money, what's my cost per mile, things like that. I'm going to show you all those numbers in this video. I know I said a while back I'm not going to do numbers videos, and I'm still not going to go over my settlements with you, but I can kind of give you the meat and potatoes. Also, other information, things we need to get out of the way before we get started. Before, everybody was calling Michelle, and she was getting overloaded. So now she was having to refer out all the company drivers, things like that. And now we're taking that off of her. She's got all the lease purchase guys. But if you're interested in company driver opportunities, there's information below about a guy I'm working with for company drivers. So give him a call if you're a student, if you're wanting to become a truck driver, and he can get you on the path to success. So before we do that, you guys make sure you're subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video on your social media platforms. Drop me a comment below, all that good stuff. Speaking of comments, look in the comments. I'll put a little bit of information there, but also look in the description for a lot of other great information that will answer pretty much all your questions you might have, and tell you things like how to get a hold of Michelle or the company recruiter, and things like that. So without further ado, I'm going to cue up the music and we're going to jump right in. Here we go.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down, flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round, for my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do this.
Alrighty, we're back. Now, there's a few things we need to discuss before we jump into these numbers. First of all, the information in this video is true and correct at the time I filmed this video, which is October 3rd. So, what I mean by that, like, I'll even discuss the fuel surcharge this week and everything. But if you're watching this video 3 weeks later, 6 months later, the information's going to change. I'm telling you what's true and correct on this particular day. And another thing we need to keep in mind before we jump into these numbers is I left the house on Monday and I returned home on Saturday. As you can see, I'm in the camper. So that's 5 days of work, no, 6 days of work, 5 or 6 days worth of work, depending on how you want to count that. It's not a full week. The savings I'm saying here, I could have easily made more. I bought strategically instead of trying to impress you guys with huge savings numbers. So, also another thing I want to tell you about this fuel card before I do this is there's some other added benefits that I did not mention in the previous video, and some of those benefits are that at certain at certain truck stops you get free drink refills, and at certain truck stops you get 2 showers a day. So I'm not supposed to mention actual truck stop names on here, but I can just tell you that it's going to be with a lot of the bigger chains, and you're going to see enormous savings. I had savings here from anywhere from, well, let's just look, like 54 cents all the way to over 80 cents a gallon. And when I was looking on the app at different places in the country, I saw several places that was over $1 a gallon. They will tell you, the people that have the card, and that information, by the way, will be down below. The link you can click, it takes you right to the web page that they have set up for me. You fill out just real short name, phone number, email, and these guys will get back and answer all your questions. You do not have to be at Swift to take advantage of this fuel card. So definitely, everybody check them out. Get your free drink refills, get your showers, and save a ton of money at the same time. But anyway, let's, I think I've said enough. If you guys got questions, feel free to leave them below. This week, and another thing I want to tell you, I also did hub miles. One way I could have cheated, you guys know that I try to shoot down my own numbers when I come on here. One way I could have cheated was I could have shown you, you know, the dispatch miles, which is usually 5 to 10% off. And it would have made my fuel economy look better. It would have made everything look better. But I decided to give you actual hub miles and make my numbers more accurate for you. So this week I ran 2,781 miles. Again, that wasn't a full week. It was a full calendar week. But as I said, I came home. And I saved a total of $273.04. And so my total that I spent on fuel for the week was $1402.35, and my total that I saved again was $273.04. Now, a lot of you have asked me about fixed expenses and what do I pay? And I want you to remember that I've got the highest truck payment of anybody I know of, and I took all the optional insurances. It's very, very possible that your numbers will be lower than mine, which is a good thing. Your cost will be lower than mine. So you could potentially make more money than me. So when you take that amount I spent on fuel and divide it by my miles, I spent 50.4 cents per mile on fuel, and I spent 34.5 cents per mile on my fixed expenses, my insurances, my things like that, truck payment, those kind of things. And then you guys know I'm putting an optional 20 cents a mile into maintenance account. Swift will allow you to put as little as 3 cents per mile. I'm doing the maximum at 20 cents, and I'm actually encouraging them to let me do more than that. Now, you guys, we're not going to debate in this video if I'm making a wise decision or a bad decision putting 20 cents a mile in a maintenance account. It's just a fact. It's what I'm doing, like it or not. Think it's a good idea, think it's a bad idea. It is what it is. But I calculated all of that in there. When you calculate those three things in there, my operating cost is $1.04.09. So 1.049 cents per mile to operate my truck this week. Now, a lot of you have said, Todd, I just don't see, you know, they always look at the lowest rate, so we're going to do that too. Well, Todd, it's only $1.16 a mile on the sliding scale, and you've said it's around $1.04, $1.05 a mile to operate your truck. How are you making money? You're getting 11 cents a mile. Well, funny you should ask. This week, the fuel surcharge at Swift was 61.1 cents per mile. That means for my loaded miles, I got 61.1 cents per mile. Also, they have a West Coast fuel surcharge, which admittedly I didn't look it up. I believe it's around 10 or 11 cents extra. So that's potentially you could get 71 cents per mile on some loads for the fuel surcharge. When you add that into the $1.16, it makes it not a bad day, and that's the worst possible load you can get here. That doesn't count if you had something with extra stops or something like that. So you're talking just shy of $2 a mile, and that's, like I said, I had some that were 10, 20 cents more than that because they were shorter loads. So the revenue's there, the money's there. You do have to work for it. They don't just give you a check for being good looking. You have to work for it. But, you know, even in the worst case scenario, not counting the West Coast fuel surcharge or anything, if I had ran all of those miles at the lowest pay rate that they have, I would have still had $1.77.1 a mile. And obviously I had a lot that were more than that. And so that's how I do it. That's you know, that's 73 cents a mile. Granted, that's not great, but that's worst case scenario here. Most of the time I'm taking home around $1 a mile. It's gone down a little because I'm doing the 20 cents instead of a lower amount into the maintenance account. But I've also got the highest truck payment you can have. You guys know I push the MRP program. They've got trucks there that are $250 a month cheaper than mine. I mean, $250 a week cheaper, $1,000 a month cheaper than me. So you could have $1,000 head start on me every month. But I just wanted to update you guys on these things, and I'm still loving that fuel card after using it for a week. Matter of fact, I just loaded another $1,200 on it this morning, and I'm going to be home for probably at least a week. I've got a doctor's appointment, wife's got a doctor's appointment, those kind of things. But I'm still going to do videos. I'm still going to answer your questions and emails and things like that. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.